In the heart of the world's deserts, where scorching winds carve the land and silence rules the night, something stirs. These barren landscapes are not as empty as they seem. Hidden among the dunes and canyons, strange beings are said to walk, hunt, and even live alongside us. From glowing lights that move with intelligence, to shadowy figures that appear and vanish without a trace, witnesses across the globe claim they are real. Tonight, we journey deep into these wastelands to uncover the most chilling encounters. This is the countdown of 10 mysterious beings said to still live in the desert today, from the least to the most terrifying. Number 10. In the vast desert of Sonora, Mexico, locals whisper about small figures that appear where no one should be. They are called Chaneques, tiny humanoid guardians said to live in caves, among cacti, and near hidden water holes. Travelers describe hearing laughter in the wind, or feeling their belongings mysteriously moved while camping in the sand. These beings are often portrayed as playful tricksters, but the stories turn darker. Some witnesses claim the Chaneques can lead strangers astray, making them wander in circles until exhaustion sets in. Others speak of sudden shadows darting just beyond the firelight, watching, waiting. Folklore or not, reports continue to this day. A rancher recently swore he saw a figure less than a meter tall, sprinting across the dunes before vanishing into a cave too narrow for any adult human. Are the Chaneques just echoes of old myths, or living creatures that still guard the desert's secrets? The deeper we go, the stranger it gets. Number 9. In the Texas desert near the small town of Marfa, strange glowing orbs appear in the night sky. Witnesses describe them as floating balls of light, sometimes red, sometimes white, hovering low over the horizon. They split, merge, and dance in ways no human-made aircraft could ever replicate. For decades, scientists have tried to explain the phenomenon as car headlights, atmospheric reflections, or even mirages. But locals insist the lights are alive. Ranchers claim the orbs follow them across the desert plains, shifting direction with an uncanny intelligence. Some have even reported the lights suddenly vanishing, only to reappear directly overhead. Even military observers stationed nearby admitted they could not determine what these lights were, and despite countless investigations, no one has ever captured a definitive explanation. So, what are the Marfa Lights? A natural illusion? Or could they be entities made of pure energy, beings that move freely through the desert night? Whatever the truth, one thing is certain: the desert is watching back. Number 8. High in Chile's Atacama Desert, carved into the barren hillside, lies the largest prehistoric geoglyph in the world, the Atacama Giant. But for locals, it's not just a symbol of the past. They say it represents a real being, one that still roams the desert at night. Witnesses describe a towering figure, impossibly tall, moving slowly across the ridges under the moonlight. Some insist they've seen its glowing eyes staring down from the hills, only to vanish when approached. The resemblance to the geoglyph is uncanny, as if the drawing were not art, but a warning. Archaeologists call it a solar calendar. Villagers call it something else entirely, a guardian left behind by ancient civilizations, still keeping watch. Could the Atacama Giant truly walk these barren lands? If so, then the desert may be holding something much larger, and far more dangerous than we ever imagined. Number 7. In California's Mojave Desert, legends speak of a creature that should not exist here, a Wendigo. Traditionally tied to icy forests of the north, its presence in the desert is baffling, but accounts keep surfacing, tall, skeletal figures with sunken eyes, wandering the sands in search of prey. Hikers describe the same chilling detail, the feeling of being stalked, followed by an emaciated shape moving just at the edge of sight. Some campers even report hearing whispers carried on the wind, urging them toward hunger and despair. Scientists dismiss it as heat exhaustion, but the similarities across testimonies are unsettling. If the Wendigo has truly adapted to the desert, then it is no longer confined to the frozen wilderness. Number 6. Across the endless sands of the Arabian Desert, travelers speak of encounters with beings made of shadow and fire, the Jinn. Ancient texts describe them as invisible entities, capable of taking human or animal form, but modern testimonies suggest they are still here, watching from the dunes. Bedouin nomads warn of campsites disturbed at night, with strange voices calling from nowhere, and sudden gusts of wind that feel almost alive. Some caravans tell of shadowy figures appearing on the horizon, only to vanish the moment anyone approaches. In Oman and Saudi Arabia, drivers crossing desolate highways claim to have been chased by phantom silhouettes running faster than any human could. To believers, the Jinn are not folklore, but a reality woven into desert life, spirits that can guide, deceive, or destroy. But what comes next is even darker. A legend of a desert creature that doesn't just haunt the night, it hunts it. We've already crossed deserts haunted by trickster spirits, glowing lights, and even giants carved into the earth. We've entered places where hunger takes form and shadows chase travelers through the night. But the next encounters push the fear even further, into the realm of creatures that seem almost too real to ignore. Number 5. In the deserts of Utah, near the infamous Skinwalker Ranch, stories tell of beings that can shift shape at will. They are known as Skinwalkers. By day, the desert feels lifeless, but at night, travelers report seeing strange figures on empty highways. Sometimes wolves, sometimes coyotes, and other times, distorted human forms. Witnesses say the creatures stalk silently, only to transform before their eyes. One man described hitting a coyote with his truck, only to watch it stand up on 2 legs and walk away as a man. For generations, native traditions have warned that skinwalkers are witches who traded their humanity for power. Skeptics dismiss it as superstition, but too many accounts speak of glowing eyes and inhuman speed, racing through the desert darkness. If these shapeshifters are real, then no traveler is safe, because anyone or anything you meet could be one of them. But what comes next is even more chilling. Not a spirit, not a trickster, but something reptilian rising from the desert itself. Number 4. Deep in the Kalahari Desert of southern Africa, explorers have reported encounters with creatures unlike anything known, reptilian humanoids. Stories tell of beings with scaled skin, elongated limbs, and glowing eyes, emerging from cracks in the earth after dusk. Hunters claim they have heard hissing voices in the dark, followed by the sound of something moving just below the sand. Some say entire patrols vanished after entering caves rumored to be the dwelling of these reptilian beings. For decades, rumors have linked these sightings to ancient underground tunnels stretching beneath the Kalahari, suggesting these creatures have been here long before us. Are they remnants of a hidden species? Or something far stranger? Beings that surface only when the desert wants them to be seen. But the terror doesn't stop there, because the next creature is said to hunt travelers directly, a monstrous hybrid born of the desert itself. Number 3. In the endless dunes of the Sahara, travelers speak of a grotesque hybrid, a creature half man, half camel. Known as the camel man, it is said to appear on moonless nights, stalking caravans that cross the desert. Accounts describe a tall, hunched figure with long limbs, a distorted face, and the unmistakable gait of a camel. Its footsteps echo in the sand long after it disappears, as if the desert itself carries its presence. Some explorers claimed they found shredded tents and scattered belongings, but no trace of the victims, only strange tracks vanishing into the dunes. Legends suggest the camel man is a cursed wanderer, condemned to feed on those who dare cross its territory. Skeptics dismiss it as heat-borne hallucination. Yet, across centuries, the same stories resurface. A beast that hunts beneath the desert moon. Could this bizarre predator still roam the Sahara, hidden among the dunes? Witnesses say yes, and what comes next is even more unsettling, because it ties directly to one of the world's greatest ancient mysteries. Number 2. Across the dry plains of southern Peru lies the Nazca Desert, home to one of humanity's greatest enigmas, the giant geoglyphs etched into the earth. But beyond the lines, locals whisper about something else. Strange beings that still walk these sands. Farmers claim to have seen small humanoid figures, less than a meter tall, moving silently along the desert floor. They describe large, dark eyes, thin bodies, and a speed that no human child could match. Some say the beings vanish the moment they're pursued, slipping into the very lines as if the markings were gateways. For decades, researchers have debated the origin of the Nazca lines. Were they astronomical calendars, ritual paths, or messages to gods? But to those who live nearby, they are not symbols of the past. They are signs left by the very beings who still guard this desert today. If the Nazca beings are real, then the lines may not be ancient art at all, but warnings carved into the earth. And what comes next takes us to our final stop, the most terrifying desert legend of all. We've crossed deserts filled with glowing lights, reptilian hunters, shapeshifters, and even beings tied to ancient mysteries. Each encounter stranger and more terrifying than the last. But now, we reach the most chilling story of them all, a desert legend that refuses to die and might still be lurking in the sands today. Number 1. In California's Death Valley, one of the harshest places on Earth, travelers have long reported encounters with figures that should not exist. Known simply as the Dark Watchers, they appear as tall, shadowy silhouettes standing motionless on the ridges. Hikers describe the same chilling moment, the sense of being watched, followed by the sudden appearance of massive human-like shapes, sometimes more than 3 meters tall. When approached, they vanish instantly, as if the desert swallowed them whole. Some believe they are hallucinations caused by heat and exhaustion. Others insist they are ancient guardians of the desert, watching over anyone who dares to cross their domain. Even seasoned explorers admit the feeling of dread is unlike anything else in nature. If the Dark Watchers are real, then Death Valley is more than a barren wasteland. It is their territory. And the question remains, are these shadows only watching, or are they waiting for the right moment to step closer? Bonus: the giant scorpions of the Sahara. Explorers in North Africa have long told unsettling stories of creatures lurking beneath the sand. In the 1930s, French soldiers stationed in the Sahara reported seeing scorpions far larger than any known species. Creatures over 1 meter long, capable of snapping a rifle in half with their pincers. Locals warn of serkets, monstrous scorpions named after the ancient Egyptian goddess linked to venom and protection. Bedouin nomads claim these beasts emerge only during sandstorms, when the shifting earth exposes their burrows. Fossil records reveal that scorpions once grew to enormous sizes millions of years ago, like the prehistoric Brontoscorpio, which reached over 1 meter in length. Could some relics of this age still survive, hidden in the vast deserts? While science dismisses modern reports as exaggerations, eyewitness accounts persist. And if even part of these stories are true, then beneath the Sahara's dunes may lie predators no one is prepared to face.